Hey yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome to the first round of PSGL season, I don't know, whatever it is, 30 something, 33, 34, I have no clue. But it's the first round where it's actually about points and performing. So, last week, Spain, the Invitational didn't go so well in qualifying. And I did one Q1 before this session, so I was a little bit worried as the pace was looking shocking. Only Q3 was looking good, and Q1 I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be another one of these out of Q1 sessions. So here we go for the final lap of Q1 into the highlight of our new video. I hope you're all doing well, and we are about to break into turn 1, going down to 3rd gear. Important to rotate on the throttle and be as aggressive as possible for turn 2 to get a good exit, but the wheel spin is gonna affect your lap time big time, so you need to be sure about the traction. Then very hard to break into turn 4 on the curb. You bottom out a little bit depending on your brake pressure into the 3rd sector, keeping it in 6th gear, and now down into 3rd for the first hairpin. You have to slide in, it's kind of drifting. Bahrain is, I think, the only track where you actually need to kind of RNG drift, like controlled sliding. And we pick up a little bit of marbles here on the right. It's really hard because the racing line has marbles on it. Like, that's what I mean. The marbles, they are super annoying on this game. I swear, if they would be consistent, if you could see them, it would be nice. Like, why can we drive here on the AstroTurf, on the fake sand, but we can't actually race on the normal racing line sometimes? Like, I should pick up rubber on the left here. I should pick up some rubber on the exit here maybe. And especially now when we are braking into the next corner. You can see we are purple in the middle sector, so we are flying. One corner to go, I was shaking like crazy. And
let's go.
I knew this should be enough. And it's P2 with the same lap time as Lucas Blakely. 1,000 difference, I think, or 2, depending on whatever the game says.
Let's go.
So yeah, a pretty solid session.
Yeah,
Jano also through
no way in
P10. It's a really good effort from the team. So happy with that.
Otis and Wilson did the same in Spain.
And you can see
I had a screen freeze into the 3rd sector, man.
Yeah, I had a little screen freeze. But anyways, now heading into Q2, our final lap. At the moment we're actually out of Q1. Out of Q2, if it stays like that. So we gotta make sure we hit this lap, we do a great job, and so we can fight for potential pole position in quali 3. So first corner, a little bit too late on the brakes. Had to hold the brakes longer than I wanted, so you can see the delta is not perfect, not optimal. But now into turn 4, getting close to the inside, very good corner here, but we have a little snap on the exit, which is not ideal. We lost like 30 thousandths. Now you gotta hook it up again for the hairpin, and you can see another. Well, this one was actually not too bad in terms of sliding, was actually alright. So heading into the next corner section, also good through here, good exit, very important, and I'm super happy about seeing the lap time going down and down and down and down and down, because we need it. I really wanted to get finally through to Q3 again, and we make a little mistake here, but it's not costing us much. It was worse on the lap before. Into sector 3, no purple this time. Q2, so far my worst run, but still improving. Braking hard now, down into 4th gear for the final turn, making sure we don't get it off track. And I wasn't sure if this would be through. We are currently placed P5.
Let's see.
And this could be enough. But I was not 100% sure. Now seeing Freddy cross the line. Invalid. So we were definitely through. Now just Jano needs to make it.
Easy through.
And the Dutchman does it. P4. Let's go.
Nice stuff, mate.
Did you make it?
Yeah. Well, don't act so surprised. I know I'm shit in quali, but
Yeah, you can
I couldn't see it.
hear a little bit of banter between Jano and I.
P7. Hey, it's crazy how much this getting to Q3 because of F1 22 means to me, man. Like, you don't know how much my foot is shaking going into the final corner. I literally feel like I'm in my first year of esports again. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, so I was really nervous actually. But now for the final lap, we only had one run on clean tires, on fresh tires. So this was the important one. Currently sitting in P7 with an actual solid lap. Not too bad. And heading into turn 1, another heartbreaking. And for some reason, I lost so much time. I could not understand it. It was similar to Spain Q1, but I couldn't see if we picked up marbles or anything. So I knew, okay, we can still make up time everywhere else. So gotta just keep my head down. First sector was really bad. I think as bad, if not worse, than Q2. But now in the middle sector, we are flying. I know we have to be on a mission here. We have to make sure we are nailing every corner to have a shot at a decent position. And here I miss the line a little bit. It's not optimal, but still decent. Preparing for the next braking. Also a bit under the limit, but you know, we are still doing a great job and crossing the middle sector line with an actual purple sector. And the delta was great. If I wouldn't have had that terrible first sector, I would have actually went for a PB run right now, like 755 split with 110 faster. It would have been a 655, and this could have went for pole position. Final corner was also alright. Last sector could have been a little bit better. But I was like, oh my god. And it's just enough for P6 right now. But a 305 with the mistake in sector 1, that is actually quite something. And sector 3 was not optimal, but sector 2 was incredibly fast. Like nobody was as fast as we were in that sector.
Sector 1 so bad. I don't know why. I lost like a 10th in sector 1.
And unfortunately, we don't start from P6. No, we dropped to P8. But I was still happy. First of all, we made Q3. Second of all, the middle sector. I could show that I'm able to run for the top positions again. And you can see how close it is. With just a 10 faster, we would have been P2. Like literally P2. And even with half a tenth,
super tight
P3.
man.
So yeah, it's not looking bad. It was a good effort. And Jano also in P5, solid result for first race in the PSGL season. Of course, it's not esports, so it's not mattering too much yet, but it's good practice. So yeah, happy with that. Finally able to show some pace again. And we are already jumping into the race start. So we're doing the Marcel Kiefer start tutorial, and we get a great launch off the line. We're having a better start than Fabrizio on the left and Alfie in front of us. And Alfie, he turns into somewhat of a Mazepin, just cuts us off, even though he knew we would go for that. And then also here, like, since it's super late, and with that I can't avoid him anymore, so he kind of turns in on me. And now I'm getting pushed off again by the McLaren, and yeah, McLaren doesn't give the position back. So I'm already down to P10, a terrible start, and I felt like I couldn't do much to avoid it. Like, I literally had to commit. You can re-watch it. Next to me there were cars when Alfie pushed me to the right. He just closed the door too late, and with that everything was already ruined. And now I'm getting hit from behind again, and into the next corner. Car next to us, then everyone bunching up ahead of us, and we get hit again from behind. It's just not looking great, is it? So yeah, we are actually at the moment down in, and I don't know what's going on with the cars, if they are ghosting or not. So Jake is actually hitting Freddy ahead of us, and now both of them are ghosting. I was thinking we should not have ghosting, so these two cars couldn't have passed me. It would have literally been impossible. And yeah, so I lost another 2 positions right here. We are re-overtaking Otis when Jake pushed him off. So a bit lucky with that. Getting my first and actual, just a little spoiler, only warning of the race. I was like, how the heck did I actually get a warning on Bahrain in the race situation? And now we're just slowly settling into the groove and seeing if we can maybe make a move on Jake here. But again, I mean, Jake, we are teammates at Mercedes, so I'm not gonna fight him as hard. So we are closing in. We have a bit different setups. He was already going a bit defensive, but I wasn't planning on going for a move. And now I can see he's trying to do something here with that. He has a limited exit, and so I was thinking, okay, maybe getting close, but he went defensive right away. So I was just going for the outside line here, seeing if we could maybe hold it. But yeah, it's gonna be tricky if we go side by side into the next corner, so I'm letting him go. And we're gonna stick behind Jake for now. See what we can do later on in the race. There's gonna be plenty of opportunities, so I'm not worried at the start of the race. Just about settling and getting everything done. Now from behind, Otis is attacking us in the beginning of lap 4.
45.
So we are going a little bit defensive. Holding the outside line. Make a little bit of contact. But so far so good. No big deal. And now I was already thinking, okay, he's kind of given up, but no, he didn't. Like, he's braking later and even pushed us a little bit here, which compromised our exit, but we can hold it. And now we are ahead, and actually we're leaving enough space. I will show you in a second. But Otis makes contact with us, and yeah, you can judge for yourself. In my opinion, it was a racing incident. I didn't turn in on him. There was plenty of room.
What would you say, guys?
Yeah, you can see it even better here. And yeah, he just understeers from the curb into us, which is unfortunate. I messaged him as well, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I could have left more room, but I don't think I did break the rules there or anything. So yeah, very unfortunate for Otis. But we move on to lap 6, beginning of lap 7, where we overtake Patrick Seepers after he made a mistake. Going ahead, but we actually get hit by him into the braking zone. And with that, we are running onto the marbles. Have less grip, and now they are side by side with us.
What are these guys
I
doing?
was like, what the heck are these guys doing, man? I'm just trying to have a race. From behind, Dylan Warren, I was also surprised that he was going for a move here because of 3-second penalty. I mean, he can, of course, he's allowed to. That didn't really make much sense to me at this point. So going side by side with him, decent battle, but now you can see we are not really using our overtake because there's no point. I mean, I'm literally trying to keep my ERS as much as possible. I was playing the long game for later on in the session, and when we actually need it. But unfortunately, there were a few incidents where I had to push, like for example the Otis battle.
I would like to stay longer as well.
And in a few other battles, I also, like, I had to catch up to Jake after this battle. Or there was another incident. I think Wilson was pitting, and Jake was pushing to get back into the DRS.
Right.
So I had to push as well and drop my ERS back to 30. So I was pitting lap 16, currently sitting in P3. Not anymore. Going on to the mediums, and we are coming out at P17. So quite far back, but of course in F1 23 the tires, they work very different compared to previous games, so you can make up time again. And yeah, just trying to navigate our way through. Danny is pitting a lap late, and you can see how powerful the undercut is. Like, this was already 1.7 to 2 seconds in this little window, 1 lap difference alone. So imagine what the others, with a little bit of pushing, DRS and whatever, they were pulling a big gap. So yeah, we are currently purple in middle sector. I think Jano was pitting in this lap. And even Jano, even though he was quite far ahead, we will be passing Jano into turn 1. And Thomas already shows me I can go past. This race is kind of ruined. So yeah, I was thinking right now, okay, what am I going to do with Jano? I wanted to let him through right away, so I took a wider line, but he said no. So with that, I wanted to drag the pack to close in the gap ahead, so he has a faster out lap. It didn't work. Then he had some incidents with Thomas on this lap. I was letting him pass and also going onto the marbles. I wasn't defending the inside just so he can brake with clean tires into turn 1. Still locked up a little bit, but it was probably better than if he would have had to drive on marbles and go back onto the racing line. So yeah, that was quite helpful. And now a little shocker moment. I wasn't even braking much harder, but with the cut of the downforce and everything, I nearly hit the back of Jano, so I had to avoid, like, brake really hard to make sure we are not gonna crash into him. It felt like a Danny Ricciardo move. And Danny is now also, after all of the stuff ahead, coming back at us, fresher tires, and of course more ERS. So he's flying past us, and yeah, now fighting and getting back the position that we lost at the start to Wilson. We make a little bit of contact here. Now very, very clean from him. Like, here he gave me the room, in lap 1 he didn't, but this was fine. This was great racing.
Probably just made the same mistake.
I think we still have a battle here. It's actually, what, I thought I would go longer, but yeah. I just wish, like, this lap 1 stuff, mate, this is annoying. It feels so rough.
What
You
the
have a
fuck?
good quali, good start, or like alright quali, then good start. We would have been up to P6 easily, and probably gained even more if he would have been spun. Yeah, complete different race then, but is what it is. Now we are having Jake and Alfie fight hard in lap 28, so we're coming towards the end of the race. In case you enjoy these videos, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any in the future. And Alfie is moving a lot under braking. I was getting really pissed by that. Like, he did that not just once, he also did it with others. He's like defending and then moving under braking into the final like sections. They also here defending and then going super wide. Like, I really have to avoid them. It's making me super nervous and angry. Like, it's definitely not okay to do that. Here again, like going left, right, left, right, left, right. You don't know where to go, and I have to avoid them all the time. So I wasn't really happy at that point. And I was thinking, okay, we are ahead of Shanaka easily, but no, forgot to use overtake, and so we're trying to limit his space. Did work, didn't crash him out or anything, but just limited his racing line. And now we actually have to avoid Alfie because he had an incident with Jake. And Shanaka is getting back at us. We're actually making contact, but he actually DM'd me right away after the race. Like, so
it's insane.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate if there has been an incident with other competitors, if they say sorry for contact this or that, or even just talking about it, even if they are not at fault. It's just nice to talk about it and get things clear, so there's no bad blood between each other. So yeah, cheers Shanaka, very sportsmanlike. And well, this is the end of the race. It's only P12. Probably should have been podium if we would have nailed it.
Start to P7, nearly P6, and the guy in
anyways,
P6 just turns in on
positives from the quali. I wish you all a
wouldn't,
lovely
like,
day. And you know what to do if you like these videos. Also check out Jano's channel and his PSGL highlights. I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. You're Marcel. Peace.
Whole race ruined just by fucking lap 1.